All right, so you are warmly welcome to today's session. This is a voice of reformation brought to you by the New African Concept. And as we always say, this is a movement dedicated to championing holistic national transformation. We believe that regardless of the situational circumstances now, if we are to come together and galvanize and harness opportunities as well as skills, we'll be able to make Ghana a better place to live. So we started the series on, or the section on the School of Values. And I believe that by this time, certain orientation or perspectives or new paradigms are being given to you in the light of that. Today, we want to consider a very key value, which we call the value for life. Value for life. When it comes to the subject of value, it has already been established that nations are successful not as a result of their geographical location or any other thing, but they are successful based on the quality of their value systems. And this is why we are hoping that these values that we are projecting will be inculcated at the personal level, at the corporate level, and also at the national level. So value for life, what do we mean? Simple. Value for life is in two forms. We are talking about value for human lives and value for time. And it all refers to life. Why? Because when we talk about time, time is life and life is time. And when we talk about human lives, the greatest resource of any country or any society is not her natural resources, but rather her human resource. So if we don't value lives, then it means that we will be taking a back seat in the league of civilization. Is it therefore a wonder that when you come to Africa, we seem not to matter, especially on global levels? Why? Because we don't value human lives. We don't value human lives. Just go to our prisons and it will be shocking to you the kind of treatment we give to our prisoners. We don't even understand the essence of imprisonment. It is to hold the person's freedom. Holding that freedom is enough. Not being able to do what he wants or what she wants at a given time is enough punishment. Then the rest becomes a room or a hub for transformation. But we have missed it. We think that just by treating our fellow human beings in the prisons as subhumans, even it is pathetic that the average, animal in the Western world even enjoys better treatment than our prisoners. It is sad. Why? Because we don't value human lives. Just last year alone, statistically, more than 5,000 people died through road accidents. Poor roads, overspeeding, or blah, blah, blah. Just more than 5,000 people died. How many times have you heard that this has caught the attention of the media and we are talking about it to get a way forward? How many times have you seen the Ministry for Roads and Highways, then other stakeholders, take up this thing? No, we cannot allow 5,000 people to die through road accidents. What can we do about it? We use these things only for statistical purposes. We just talk about it and then we give RIP, rest in peace, and then we go. If 5,000 people have died, it means that we have lost the contribution of these 5,000 people by way of human resource. We have lost their spiritual contribution. We have lost their professional contribution. We have lost their intellectual contribution. Some of these deaths has left some people to be orphans, some people to be fatherless, and others to be motherless, all accounting to or all leading to a very depraved society as we have it. So these are some of the consequence as a result of lack of respect or value for human lives. I also say that we don't respect time, and its consequence is just unimaginable. I've always said that the value of 1 hour cannot be compared to 200 or even 2,000 bars of gold. We are fighting over natural resources, whereas there is that infinite capacity of resource embedded, living deep in us, and it is expressed through the wise usage of time. All through the world, one value or one commodity which is equal everywhere is time. Whether you are in Antarctica, whether you are in Africa, whether you are in India, wherever you are, America, Europe, you still have 24 hours giving you one day. The question is, how do we spend that time? How do we engage that time? Life is time, and time is life. So life does not give you what you really deserve. Life gives you what you bargain for. And if you don't respect time, it means you don't respect life. And if you don't respect life, it means that you are not ready to make any meaningful bargain out of life. And that is why we are here today. It is sad that it is almost becoming honorable at all levels that attending, going for a meeting late, whether it is at church, over spending time. We plan to use 2 hours. We end up spending 5 hours. And then the only thing is that we will just give, shall I say, an apology that we are sorry for that extended time. And we repeatedly do same, from our political leadership to our academic leadership, that is the lecturers, and then all. You find it everywhere. Lack of respect for time. What are we driving at? What we are saying is that if we want to build Ghana to become a very great nation for which we really believe in its possibility, then we must begin to imbibe this value or this virtue of having respect for time and having value for human lives. Just imagine if we have this playing at the substratum or the foundation of whatever we do at every time. If this becomes the way we live, then in our engagement, if contract is given to a person, he will think of the fact that if I do a shabby and a shoddy work, then it can affect even 1 or 2 people may die out of it. So whatever we do in the country, whatever we do at various corporate levels, with respect for value or value for human life and respect for time, we will be able to go high. This then becomes the very charge that we are living. At the personal level, it is about time that you and I, we make this bold decision and conviction that from today, we are going to respect time. In this world, or especially Ghana and Africa, you will be met with a lot of challenges. People will be calling you, hey, are you a white man? But it does not mean that you're a white man. Or it does not even take being a Westerner to be able to express this. Time consciousness is not a Western principle. It is a life principle. So make it a point that from today you are going to give yourself wholly to become conscious of time. If you book an appointment with someone that we are going to meet at 2 o'clock, what it means is that the meeting starts at 2 o'clock. It does not mean you are leaving the house at 2 o'clock. It means that the meeting starts at 2 o'clock. So calculate. Don't take readily available excuses like, because I'm not driving, because of traffic, because our lights went out. You are well aware of these things. You know the distance, you know the things you have to pass through before you get to your meeting point. Make it a point, whether you are driving or not. Make it a point. Don't use these things as excuses. If you really want to do something, you will find a way to do it. If you don't want to do it, then you will find excuses. So make it a point that if the meeting is at 2 o'clock, then 5 minutes to, latest by 5 minutes to 2, you are there. 10 minutes to 2, you are there. So that you can have that time, relax, reflect, so that by 2, the meeting starts. As much as possible, if you are going to church, you book an appointment, you are going for lectures, you are, attending meetings, whatever it is, just make it that point that let others think small thoughts, not you. Let others afford to be late, not you. As far as you are concerned, you build it a practice. And I can assure you that it becomes very refreshing to know that you give yourself to respect time. Then again, this should also be at the corporate level and by extension at the national level. At the corporate level, at the workplace, at our religious centers, at the mosque, at the churches, these are elements that we must praise. These are elements that we must, inject into ourselves. If the church meeting, you told us that it is from 7 to 9, please, for all reasons, respect the congregation or the congregants that 7 to 9 we close. There may be few times that we may go overboard. Be so time conscious that the times or the days or the situations or the circumstances that you are unable to meet it, you didn't even have to explain yourself, because everybody knows that for this church, for this school, for this lecturer, for this imam, for this person, as far as his time is concerned, he obeys time. So even if that day he went aboard 1 or 2 minutes or even 1 hour, it is understandable and appreciable. And it is at the same at the national level. Let us all start drumming this. Let us repeat it. The media, the various, the religious institutions, the family, let us conscientize our people everywhere we are. Let us honor and value time and human lives as well. If this becomes the approach to things, then we'll be able to get Ghana to where it belongs. So this has been a very great session as we present the value for life and the value for time, or respect for time. Let us make it a point from today that we are going to respect time, and let us make it a decision that we are going to value human lives. That is humanity, and that is what life is all about. So in our daily engagements, we come across individuals, people who are impoverished, people who are, not privileged as we are. Let us share with them. Let us value human lives. Let us use our influences. Let us use our opportunities. Let us use our positions. Let us use our money as roots to lift up the downtrodden, so that all together we'll be able to make Ghana great and strong. We are very much open to be of help to you any day, anytime, with not only this but all the values. As you try to inculcate it in yourself, obviously you'll be met with certain hurdles and challenges, and we are very much open and available to help you. In case of any support system, you can reach to us. You can also reach to us through the numbers on the screen, or you can share a comment or two, and then we will also track you. And then also, this movement, as we said, we are dedicated to championing national transformation. We believe that it is possible, and we need the effort of all of you. So do well to share in this by commenting, by sharing it, by also liking our various pages. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And together we'll be able to build a strong nation. What we say is that we, as New African Concept, we do believe in Ghana. Personally, I do believe in Ghana, and so must you. Check out for the other videos.